Hey guys, welcome back to another video channel. I'm super excited to have you back in yet another video. In today's video, I've picked out 10 of the most easily forgettable random things that will save your life. Okay, maybe not save your life, but at least change your life. Before we jump in, please subscribe to my channel and like this video so more people can see it. Also share it because it's important stuff. I managed to develop a relatively healthy hydrating habit as I started to grow older. Sometimes I forget, while other times I'm just too lazy to move and go and get water. I'm sure you can relate. But at the very least, you don't even need to be a doctor to know that it's unhealthy to be dehydrated. Doctors say that when you start to feel thirsty, you are already getting dehydrated. And not to scare you, but even the mildest form of dehydration can be harmful to your health. Research has proven that dehydration puts stress on our cognitive function. In simpler terms, dehydration can cause things like short-term memory, increase in anxiety, irritability, all of that. And some studies have shown that for children, it helps increase their attention span and their memory. So please drink water and maybe mind your business while you're at it. Most of the time, I get busy from the moment I get out of bed, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. And there's something about breakfast that just doesn't feel important. And then we do our work and stuff and forget to eat breakfast. It's so sad that breakfast just had to be the most important meal of the day. I found out the most shocking things about eating breakfast, and you all should take a seat for a second because I don't think you're ready for this one. Based on research, people who eat breakfast every day are 34% less likely to develop type 2 diabetes than those who eat breakfast. And also, they are 43% less likely to become obese and develop fat around the belly. Wow. Here's another table that I'm pretty sure everybody is sitting firmly on, and of course includes me. It's just that I don't be calling other people's names. But unhealthy sleep is something that is very common, especially among teenagers, young adults, and some relatively old young adults. There's a highway full of problems that could come from sleep deprivation, whether it's obesity, depression, low immunity, and some other serious stuff that I don't really want to mention to keep it light. But ladies and gentlemen, please sleep. I understand that a lot of us are nocturnal and our creative juices flow best at night, and I'm not even talking about Nigerian police, but always make sure that your body gets the sleep that it deserves. It actually is one thing that I have had to teach myself. I used to be so bad at sleeping that I probably even developed a sleeping disorder. I had to intentionally start making sure I slept whenever sleep started to disturb me, and it's important to remember that your body is a lot smarter than you think it is. On the days when I know I cannot avoid sleeping late, I usually devote a couple of hours to sleep, just to make up for the lost time over the night. So all those people that keep saying that I don't sleep, I do. To be honest, life gets boring. Some of us feel like we are living in a simulation, and by some of us, I also mean me. Like every other thing I've said so far, a lot of these things are quite personal. Truth is, some of us do nothing but work, eat, and sleep. The extra things could be occasional family hangouts, movies, and all that stuff. And for me, I never really get much of the extra things because I love the creative indoors. And so, yeah, my life sometimes feels like a simulation. For those that know me well enough, you can almost guess or even tell what I'm doing at any time of the day. The problem here is that once you start to get bored of life, everything just might start to lose meaning, and that's not a great situation at all. So let's challenge ourselves to do, or at least try something new every now and then. It doesn't have to be something huge. It can be something simple, and if you don't like it after you've started, well, you can stop. For me, what I started doing was journaling. I recently started journaling. I used to do before, but then I stopped and I started again. And to make it more interesting this time, I got a book, a Spider-Man book. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see my face. Yeah, so yeah, I got a Spider-Man book that looks really nice. My friend made me get it, so thank you to her for making me get it. But yeah, and it helped me to start writing and journaling again. So those kind of things. So but even if at some point I stop liking it, I probably will stop again. And so the same thing applies to you. If you start doing it and then you stop enjoying it, you don't feel like you're enjoying it, you can always stop. Well, unless of course if you're skydiving, you can't be stuck in the sky, so finish. Now, number 5 is making plans. Everybody knows the primary school plan anthem. It says, if you fail to plan, you have planned to fail. And to be honest, I did get tired of hearing it as a child. Like, it was tiring. But then, growing older, I realized that these teachers that made us say these things were right to a very large extent. I know some of us enjoy fluidity and all that comes with it, but I don't think life was designed to be made to be running on vibes and the special grace of God. And no one said you cannot make a fluid plan. Most of my plans are fluid because I know I will never ever enjoy a rigid system. It's just not for me. But even in the fluidity, I have to make plans for the things that I want to do so I can keep me on track for the things I want to achieve. And I think that is how life should work. So this one is my number one fail of all time. I took out time to look at like how much I've earned this year alone, and I was so sad that I didn't have much to show for all that money earned. And it really is something that I intend to start correcting. I also added it to this video so I can remind myself. Saving and investing is something that we take too lightly when we're growing up. And while I know that we have been saving with our mother since we were like little children and we might never be able to withdraw, it's important to develop a habit of saving from your income and also find possible safe investments, just things that can help your money grow over time. There are a plethora of ways to save money and make interest, but the first step is always to follow the person that knows the road. Try watching and exposing yourself to more stuff about financial stability and all that. In fact, I know a guy that gives the best advice on this, and I'll leave a card up here. And other links of videos in the description, videos I have watched that have personally helped me help my finances. I'll leave them in the description for you to check them out. Watching these type of videos helped me realize that I was failing in this area, and so gave me the motivation I needed to pick up. But please also be careful because there are scammers everywhere, so be very careful. I've learned that human beings always have a tendency to second guess every single decision. For example, you decided that today you're going to cook yam, and then today now comes, you start thinking, okay, should I do yam or should I do rice? You will now find yourself trying to decide between two foods that are both white and they are both carbohydrate, with time that you can do like I used to do things that are even more productive. And before you now start telling me that we're what for life, more life-changing decisions, it starts with little things. If you're not able to be firm and decisive with the simple things around you, the life-changing decisions will look like the entire Milky Way galaxy put together. So don't always second guess yourself. Try to pick a thing and own it and fight for that thing with all your might. Have a plan A, B, C, and as many as you can come up with. Life comes at us with the biggest surprises sometimes. People say don't put all your eggs in one basket, and I totally agree. It's okay to be committed to one thing, but also don't be blinded to sticking to that thing even when you see it failing. It's worse if you've invested all of yourself and there's nothing for you to get out of it when everything goes south. I mean, a big example is MMM. When MMM came, it was making millionaires in Nigeria every day and every day and every day. And then when it faded out, when they crashed, people started slumping and fainting because they had put their life savings into it and there was nothing to show for it. So please, let your contingencies have a contingency for every other contingency plan. When you get to a certain point as a person, no matter what you do in life, it's super easy to forget that there are people that do what you do better than you. And if you get overconfident in your skills, you're not trying to get better, you'll be where you are and the world will overtake you. I read something some time ago that said that every new day is an opportunity to be better than yesterday. So it's important to remember that tomorrow's trends will be very different from today's own. So be sure that you're keeping yourself informed, that you're getting better and ready to transform for what might happen the next minute. This is something I have had to intentionally and purposefully frequently do. To be honest, there's really no good news in the world anymore. If there is, then I don't think anyone is reading it. It's a really sad world out here, y'all, and don't expect happiness to come from out here. Anything that will make you feel better will come from the inside. The world is so sad. All the sadness sometimes clouds our minds and we don't realize the good things that are happening around us and within us. So every now and then, find some solitude. Just reflect on yourself and be grateful to God for all the good things in your life. It might not be the biggest things too, but there is a lot I'm definitely sure you'll be grateful for. For a moment, you'll be distracted from all the noise and it's just you and gratitude. And well, that's all for this video, guys. I hope it was worth your time and I hope you enjoyed watching it. Be sure to hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe to the channel to turn on post notifications, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be.